My name is John Dennis Hadaller, and I go by Dennis or Denny, my friends. And so.
When were you born?
I was born in 1927, and
Where at?
on Alaska. Then we had a stump ranch out here, but between Ethel and Salcombe, and that's where I grew up. And
how about your dad?
My dad worked at a sawmill on Alaska for 22 years, and raised us 4 kids. And at the same time, we developed that stump land after they got done logging into grass fields and had cattle, so they'd have something to eat. And I can remember the first logging trucks that went from west of Salcombe here to the east. The sawmill was down in Salcombe, and that's the first log trucks that were ever on Highway 12. And Highway 12 was just a rock road, crooked, and it happened to be when my dad was growing up, which at Mossy Rock, when they went to Chehalis from here, it was a all-day trip from here to Chehalis, and then eastward was an all-day trip. And they used to walk the turkeys and pigs to the sale over at the railroad in Napa Line. And so I saw a lot of changes.
They walked the turkeys.
Yeah, and the pigs. Yeah, because that's all they had. And I was very lucky. There was a piece of land next to where I, as a child, was raised, and I always told my folks I was going to buy that place. Well, after 30 or 40 years, I finally bought that 198 acres. So now I put together 313 acres, all in one block, across from my truck shop there. And I was in the logging business and for 30 years, and so we logged all over Southwest Washington, and worked for the railroad, had a lot of timber, and all my friends that were logging couldn't figure out why I wasn't giving them any competition anymore, but I had made a deal with Burlington Northern to log their timber, and so I was the #1 logger in Southwest Washington. And I did that for 20 years, and so it was real good. And so timber is no different than you planting corn and there, but you get a crop back of corn in about 8 months. But with timber, it takes 40 years to get a crop.
So you need a lot of acres.
Yeah. So
and how many kids do you have?
Children. I have 2 daughters, wonderful daughters, and a son.
Nice.
And a wonderful son. And
Grandkids?
How many grandkids?
Yeah.
A lot of grandkids?
Yeah.
You're a blessed man.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the politics of my friends. When I quit logging, they said, you can't retire, you got to be a county commissioner. So I filed for that. They paid all the advertising, signs, everything, and so I did 8 years, and then I had a health problem with vertigo, and so I thought this is time.
8 years as county commissioner.
Yeah. And I really like
Mossy
it.
Rock? Or?
Yeah, no, in Chehalis.
Oh, okay.
That's where the county seat is.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. Helped a lot of people, and I would have ran more, but then when I was starting to have that vertigo, I said it's time to.
So, what's your biggest advice for getting to the age you are? Because you look fabulous.
Well, I don't know, because I chased girls and did a little drinking once in a while, but but I understood financial figures real well, and some legal work.
And hard work, drinking, and girls. Okay, that's what I heard. No wonder you made it to county commissioner, baby.
Wonder I'm alive.
Thank you.